everyone. Welcome to the Tampa Meetup. My name is Slayer, and we have Chase and Infosec Pat with us. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Chase to kind of kick off the meeting.
Hey, I'm Chase. This month we have Infosec Pat, aka Patrick Gorman. He runs a YouTube channel. He's in cybersecurity. His YouTube channel is Infosec Pat. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. Like Jay said, like my name is Patrick, also known as InfoSec Pat on like YouTube and all like the social media platforms. I've been doing like cyber for about 8 years now, but I've been in IT for about 16, 17 years now.
Wow.
So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole about me, so it's multiple hours, but that's a little bit about me in a nutshell.
Gotcha. Very cool. Very cool. This meetup we're gonna do a easy box marathon. I believe we're starting with lame. You said.
Lame.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see how many we could get through. Hopefully everyone's ready for a ride.
I guess, do you want to go ahead and kind of give everyone, so we'll give everyone like 5 minutes to kind of get connected. So if you provided your username in the meetup form, we did add you to the server. So you should see US dedicated 28. So you'll have to use the old Hack the Box platform, so classic Hack the Box, to kind of access that dedicated server. Or if you just want to use your own VIP subscription, you're welcome to do that too. It's completely up to you. So if you have any issues, just let us know in Discord, and we'll make sure those get all resolved. But we'll kind of give everyone 5 minutes to kind of get that all set up. And I guess during that 5 minutes, we can kind of grill InfoSec Pat on a few questions, a few funny questions. I guess, did you mention like where you work or like what you do at work? Not, you don't have to say where you work, but like what you do at work.
Yeah. So yeah, right now I work at a company called NGT. It's a cybersecurity and network school that they teach cybersecurity. So they have a program. It's called cybersecurity specialist. So it's like intro level to cyber for pretty much. They teach like a security plus at the end, but in the interim, we actually use Hack the Box, like the academy aspect. So we set up a whole bunch of boxes and give them, this is, all right, there's two parts of it. There's like a theoretical aspect, which is the NCSA. Then when you get to the NCSP, that's more of the hands-on setting up labs and having them really break into the box. And a little bit about what I just started, because, as we know, as in the world of in the real world versus capturing a flag, at least in my head, it's a little different mindset. So I actually I set up a server in my house with the Meraki's, so they can VPN into my house. So I have an Active Directory site, and some machines that I utilize for the students to get into, to pen test or pretty much write a little report on what they found and misconfiguration. Sort of like, if you guys know the Cyber Mentor, how his certification is. It's more realistic. It's not so CTF driven. I haven't taken his exam, but I think I may. But that's a whole other subject. But sort of something like that, more real world, realistic. You have to use OSINT. You have to really, there's someone out there that you have to get some information about, etc. But yeah, and that's pretty much what I do. And I consult as well for a few. I have my own thing. And there's a few MSPs down here in South Florida that they'll utilize my skill set, and I'll do like corp to corp type stuff and do that aspect for them. So it's pretty cool stuff.
Very
Sweet.
cool.
That's awesome. I was gonna say the Active Directory, having that lab like for students, like that's like the biggest thing. But like I tell anyone if they want to like get into doing like security consulting or anything, like before you do any like crazy like labs, like do like create your own lab or use an Active Directory lab to understand how Active Directory works.
Exactly. Because they were getting Hack the Box, the academy. We were giving them some Active Directory, not labs, but like some breakdowns of trying to understand some writing, some basic PowerShell stuff. but a lot of these students don't even know what Active Directory is. They don't know what the basic system administration aspect of it. How can you end up using the leverages of the weaknesses in an environment when you don't really comprehend of what it really is and what it does. So I thought like setting up Active Directory and understanding that aspect is super critical. So
Interesting. Do you get more like younger students or people that are trying to transfer into like
yes, the second one.
cybersecurity?
The
Yeah.
second one, yeah. There's more people that are fed up with their day job. This is a whole other subject. Like everyone has their input, right? Like going from a pizza man to a pen tester. Yeah, you have exceptions like the guy that works for the side mentor, um, Joe, right? He was a mayor, now he's a pen tester. They,
Hmm.
they, they have those exceptions out there. I'm not saying there isn't, but when you come, I guess it all depends on your drive. If your drive's out the roof, yeah, then it's probably possible. But having those basic fundamentals of networking and systems and cloud, etc., I think that helps getting into this field versus just trying to jump into something where you don't really comprehend the fundamentals.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. Like if I didn't have that networking systems background, this would be super difficult for me.
Right. Right. I mean, it goes the other way too, like pen testing into doing other IT things. It
Hmm.
like it's a whole different aspect of learning.
No, no, it is, and it's a different part of the brain that we utilize, right? Different thinking processes, different methodologies. Like if I'm troubleshooting a BGP issue in Cisco, it's not the same methodology as a pen test, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah. So that's pretty much what I do. And
Sweet.
I think I may have an issue because I'm connected, but I'm not able to ping those IPs that are on the hack the box.
Give me 1 second here.
And just as Chase is looking into that, I just want to let everyone know that I just realized I had a little grammar error on my little banner that's going. So just changed it. It's updated. So before I get any comments about how I had that misspelled, it's updated. Let me look at- I don't see you as like connected. Did you make sure to switch? So like in the access panel, there is a like you have to switch to that dedicated lab.
Yeah. All right. So how do I share my screen now? Share? I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's everyone's gonna see it though. Who's watching this? Just so you
Yeah,
know.
that's fine. That's
Okay.
fine. That's all good. All right, let me know if you see my screen.
Yep. Let me add it.
Cool. All right. So when I went where Chase said, go to
Wait,
dedicated file.
if you stay on that. Wait, I'm sorry. Can you stay on the access screen?
Yeah, go ahead. Yep, I'm there.
Okay. And go to a dedicated tab. It says like not on the left, like in the right, like all those six. There's 6 tabs right there, and there's a dedicated, and it says switch on the right side.
Oh, okay. Switching to.
And then scroll down, and there one of those should say a dedicated lab. If you refresh your page.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would try to restart your VPN now, or I probably regenerate a connection pack if that doesn't work. But because it's showing that you're not connected to it. If you see that red X.
Yeah. So let's do. I'm guessing it's going to be a different.
Yeah, I would just I would re-download the connection pack. If like
Yeah.
regenerate the if you scroll down, regenerate like to the right, that one, yeah. And then use that VPN, the one that just generated. And then,
All right, cool deal.
Sweet.
All right, sweet. Let's go back here.
Oh my God, did not mean to do that. Okay, and then you should be able to ping now.
All right, cool deal.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm going to say let me know and then we can start.
Yeah, I was going to switch it over to you and remove Chase and I. So just to let everyone know that we're going to go ahead and kind of get started. So I'm going to remove Chase and let Pat kind of go through everything.
All right, cool deal. Sweet. So, again, thank you guys for having me. So what we're going to be doing right now is we're going to be doing the lane box, like it said. So the first thing I'm going to normally do, go ahead and just run an Nmap. I have a little cheat sheet I was doing just to make things simpler, but I didn't get to the lane, but I'll just steal the commands from here, and I'll just make some changes. So what I'm doing is an Nmap scan. Let's go ahead and do that. And I'll change this to lane. And then it's 10.10.10.3, I believe. So what I'm doing is an Nmap scan for a default scripting scan, service scan, and I want to put that output into lane.txt. And we'll let this go to town. And I don't think I have. Oh, okay, cool. Super slackers. That boy. Sorry, I have multiple screens, so if I'm not looking over here, I'm looking at the chat and the Discord. So I'm trying to triple task, I guess. So once this is done, we'll look at the results. So we'll give this a moment. Let me see if I can. I'll just give this a sec before we go any further. This is Is this loud? No. Okay, cool. All right. So now we have our results. So we have FTP open, which is VFTP D2.3.4. And obviously we have anonymous login, so that's no bueno, right? In the real world, we don't want to have that. So we can use that maybe in a few minutes. We have SSH, so we can see if there's anything on there later on if you guys want. We have 139, Samba, we have 445, which is SMB. So we have a few little things here. So now what I want to do is I'm just going to keep that open just because I'm lazy and I like to just look at things and I can just. So first things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a search exploit, and if I can run search exploit and I can see if there's any exploits that are running for VSFTPD, and that's a tongue twister, and we'll see what's out there, right? So let's do not for each and blue. We're going to do VSFTPD 3.3.4, and we see here we have a backdoor to it, so we can see that there is some stuff out there that we can utilize for this leverage, right? So if we keep going, let's just pop open. We can dump this. We can actually download this, but like I said, I can just run MSF console, and I'll go ahead in here and just search VFTPD and see if there's any luck. And this is, I think this, if you guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but if you ever run like Metasploitable 2, that's like a Linux distro that's full of vulnerabilities. I believe they have this one on there as well, but there's a little different attack vector. I think you use FTP in that one. In this one, you're going to use SMB. So first thing we can do is let's go ahead and search VSFTPD. And we have this vulnerability that it has this backdoor command execution that we can utilize that. There's two ways to do it. You can use, and we can copy the whole path, or you can just be lazy like me and just put use 0, right? And then you're right in there. So now if we just show options, we can see what we have here is remote host. import 21, which is FTP. And that's pretty much it that we can input in here. So we can go ahead and set our host. And thank God this is an easy IP to remember, because if you guys ever seen my videos, I'm not good with, that's why I write notes, because I don't remember much. But now with this all input, all the options selected, we can try to do run. We can run execute and see if it's, I know it's going to fail because I've done this box, and I just wanted to show you guys, not jump right to the solution, because maybe you might go through this process, right? FTP is open. You can give this a go. We could have also FTP to it and, browse around, log in as anonymous, do an ls, pwd, and try to maneuver. But like we only have 2 hours, right? So for the sake of time, I wanted to not go through all that. So now, obviously, that's no bueno, right? We didn't get any shell, we didn't get any sessions. So, it's no good for us. So let's exit here. So next thing on the list, what we can do is, let's go down. All right, so we can look at 139 and 445. So this is Samba, so we can utilize these as well. So I guess first, I guess we can try to do FTP, right? Let's try to FTP so I can, and like I said, it showed anonymous, so we can just use anonymous. And then we can see in here, we can, we're FTP'd in, do an ls. We don't really have anything here. We can cd, try to cd to home, nothing, right? So we can just exit this. And there's really nothing in there. So I just want to do that quick just so I can show you guys you can actually FTP to it. So next thing in here, if we keep going down, we have Samba SMBD 3.0.20. So we can give that a go. Let me copy this because I'm a copy and paste kind of guy. I hate typing. And we can just go in here and just do, search exploit again. Instead of the SFTP, we can go ahead and paste. See if that. All right, let's try this again. If it doesn't, then I won't. All right, cool. Oh, sorry about that. All right, let's do Samba. And then let's do 3 dot. There you go. Maybe this is more nerve-wracking than I thought. All right, so we can see here, we can see all of our exploit titles in Samba 3.0.20. This is one I'm going to be going ahead and using. So we can do the same thing like we did before. We can just boot up our MSF console. I just want to go in there. Let's give that a moment to start this thing. Oh, that's starting. All right. Cool deal. So first things first, we can do the same thing like we just did. We can just clear so we can start from clean slate. Let's go ahead and search. We can search Samba. Let's do Samba. And there's a massive load. Let's do Samba. What is it? 3.0.20. And we can use the same thing, right? Let's just clear. I'm OCD, so I don't like all this stuff on my screen. So we can try to go ahead and give this a go. So like I said before, we can just use 0, or you can write that whole thing out. Now I can just show options and fill in the blanks, right? So let's do set our host. And send that 3. Okay, fair enough. And obviously my local host is probably, I'm just gonna do set, I'm sure it's tunnel 0, but let's just give this a go. Yeah, cool deal. So let's do set localhost UN0. Show options, make sure everything is good. Everything looks good to me. Let's go ahead and give this a go. Excuse me. Now it looks like we got in. We do who am I root, so we can do ls, see where we're at, and we can just do shell, so we can run bash. Just give this a sec. All right, cool deal. So now we are on this box. Now what we can do is just try to maneuver and get around and get these flags. Hopefully everyone, I'm just looking at the chat. Hopefully everyone's following. But so now what we can do is look for this, and normally in Linux, and I think in Windows too, it's normally like in Windows, it's normally on the desktop. And so now we can just do, where are we? User, root. So we can go get the root flag, so we can just cd to root. Oops, if I can spell. ls, and then root.txt. I'm probably gonna do it backwards. Normally you do the user flag first, but right, so that's the root flag. So now let's go ahead and cd dot. And do you guys know, I don't know, I think I already did this, so I'll just copy this and put it into Cherry Tree and just like put like flags and just flag 1. Whoops. Just to do that. All right, so now let's go ahead and do an ls again. Let's go to cd to home. I believe some good stuff is there. And obviously for the sake of time again, if you don't know where it is, you're going to maneuver and try to cd into each user to see if you can find this bad boy, right? So let's just cd to make us and user.txt. Let's go ahead and concatenate that out. And bada bing, bada boom, here we go. So that's the user flag, right? So let's do a root. Right. All right, so that box is, do you guys normally ask for questions, or how do you guys normally do your stuff? Do we just keep going? I guess so.
Yes, sorry. I was trying to, my mouse was across 3 different screens. I was trying to grab together. Yeah, so there hasn't been any questions. I don't see I don't see any in the Discord, so I think you're good. Just keep going.
All right, cool. So that was box numero uno. So now we can just move on to the next one, which we're going to do is blue, and then we'll move into Granny and Grandpa, right? So let's go back. Which one is blue? 40. Let's go ahead and copy this. So I'm trying to do a little pinaroomy. All right, cool. All right, so I'll leave that over there so I don't forget the IP address. So I'm just going to pretty much do the same thing. The nmap. Actually, you know what? Let's just do it. Guess we can just have so much. And blue.txt, and then 10.10.10.40. And it's pretty much the same as that thing. I'm going to go ahead and just do this process of scanning. While it's scanning, I'm going to drink. Hopefully everyone's Sunday is going well. At least by me, it's pouring out. So if you guys are in Tampa, I don't know how the weather is up there, but I'm in South Florida and it's pretty bad. Give this a few moments. Should have stood up. Sitting down is crazy. Sitting down for 2 hours, it's going to be a struggle. We'll give this a few mementos. All right, cool dealio. All right, so if you guys aren't familiar with the blue box, it's the Eternal Blue exploit. So what we can do is we can actually go out to, I don't know how far deep down the rabbit hole you guys go, but we can go out to the internet and just search the MS17010 exploit. But I guess for for the sake of time and all that good stuff, we can let's see there. Okay, so let me think for a second. So yeah, so pretty much we're going to be taking advantage of SMB in here as well, and this is Harris's PC. Let's see what other good stuff. So let's just clear this out for the sake of time. I'm going to go ahead and just run an nmap scan and check for any exploits against the nmap scripting engine. So let me just put this here. So I don't have this in here. Let's just paste and then put this here. Okay. And then this is just going to go out and scan for the port 445, 12 IP address, and it's vulnerable. So you can see here that it's vulnerable to a remote code execution vulnerability in Microsoft SMB1 servers. So I believe it's Windows Server 2008 and Windows 7. Okay, so we just keep going down. This is where we can do, just clear that, and we can do search exploit. Eternal Blue. And we can see here that it's on Windows 7, 2008, R2. And if we look back at our scan, right, we have Windows 7. So we don't have to worry about anything that has to do with Windows 8, blah, blah, blah. So we know we're going to be using this bad boy to get into this machine, so the MS17010. So now let's go ahead and just pop open MS console. Okay. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead and clear this out, and let's go ahead and search for, and we'll search for Eternal Blue. All right, so all right, so we can see here, same kind of concept as before. We can use, and we can just type in the whole exploit, or we can just utilize this using a number. So this, obviously, we know it's susceptible to the vulnerability because we ran the nmap scripting engine for the vulnerability scanner, or we can run an auxiliary to see if the target is vulnerable. But since we know it's vulnerable, we're just going to utilize use0. Okay, and that's the default payload that's going to be using Windows x64 interpreter reverse TCP. So if we do a little show options here, and we can just fill in the blanks. So let's go ahead and do that now. Set our host, and I believe it's 40, right? Yeah, 40. And then our port, this should be good, 445. And that's the local host, so I'm going to put set. Oh, sorry about that. Tunnel 0. Okay, I think that should be, let's make sure that is tunnel 0, right? I think it is. Yeah, it is. Let's just do show action really quick. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and run this bad boy and see if we get any luck. Like, I was having problems with this box. Actually, in class, we had some problems with this box, like not opening up a shell, and then I had to cancel the whole thing. But cool deal, we actually got it on the first go around. So let's just do sysinfo. Now this is a Windows box, or Windows, wherever you're from in the world. I don't know. I have an accent, so all right. So if we do sysinfo, we can see here that it's Harris's PC, it's Windows 7 or Windows 7, x86, etc. So it's in a work group. So now what we can do, we can pop a shell. Let's go like that, because it's probably easier for people to maneuver when you can actually see where you're at. So now let's just go ahead and cd ... cd ... Let's just start at the root. We can do in dir. And like I said before, I think normally the flags on Windows is normally in the desktop. So let's cd to users. Yeah, so let's go to Harris, see if there's anything in Harris. dir, and then cd to desktop. And then dir and user.txt. That looks pretty. So I don't know the crowd, but normally with Linux you use cat and then the file. In Windows you use type to look at the context of that file. So we can do cype user.txt, and bada bing bada boom, that's the first flag. So we can just copy this guy, go back to my cherry. So I took my retainers off. Yep. Now let's go ahead and go for this bad boy. Let's go ahead and go back. I don't believe there's any escalation of like prevs in here. I don't think so. So we can just cd to administrator. No, yeah. So Jesus. And then we can go ahead and cd into desktop, and then do our dir, and then cat. I'm saying type root.txt, and here we go for the flag number 2. Okay. All right. So this is. I'm just gonna like. So we can differentiate it a little bit, if you guys don't mind. And now we'll go to Granny. Okay. All right, then let's go back here. Let's go back to here. Exit. Exit. There. Okay, now let's go back to where's it, Granny, right? Right, so that's 15. Any questions so far?
I do not see any coming in yet. Let me just double check again though.
Cool deal. It was 15, right?
No, I think you are good.
Sweet. Just so I can remember that IP address. All right. So pretty much we're going to do the same exact thing, right? So the first things first, let's just do history. So I think let's just do and then this is 15. 15, yeah. And then we'll go to Granny. All right. And this is where I think I was taking some notes up here. Some stuff. I'll leave that open. Just for simplistic sake. All right. Now this is going to be fun. I think if I sit back and laugh, because this one always gets me. But so this one's running IIS, 6.0. IIS is a web server in Windows. I'm gonna start saying Microsoft instead because you'll probably laugh at my accent. But yeah. So this is running IIS 6.0. So the first things first, we can actually see if we can copy this. Now this is getting into web stuff, which is not my bread and butter, but we'll give it a go. That's why I wanted to do it. Put me under pressure. So this is under construction. It's pretty much saying that there's nothing out there, right? So we can continue going down the journey of the same kind of concept, right? Search exploit, do a little search exploit against IIS 6.0. Let's just do clear this. Some LS, so I have on my just so if I need to go back to my Nmap scan, I can. All right, let's just do search exploit. You can just do IIS 6.0. All right. So there's multiple exploits on this title. Exploit title. There's multiple here. And when I did this box at first, I'm not gonna lie, like I literally went through all of them. Obviously, I'm not gonna put you guys through that pain, but we have the SC storage path from URL. This is pretty much what we're gonna be utilizing. That's why I was taking notes so I can revert back to that. Obviously, in this field, notes is good, and I lack notes, so it's a good practice for me. So yeah, so now we can clear that out. We can go do search exploit. Let's see. Oh crap! I didn't mean to do that. I guess we can just leave that open just to have it out. So now we see here we have two choices, two options. So let's just go same exact process, right? We're gonna do this. This is at least how I do the boxes, right? Like this is, like I say in class. I don't know, like an analogy I use is like if I want to rob your house, right? You can break through the front door, you can break a window, you can get someone at the front door, when trying to get into the house. Your purpose of it is to get that TV, right? At least that's mine. Maybe because we're from New York and we're a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but yeah. So now we can just keep going down, right? We can type on MFF console. We'll do that same thing. We'll search it out and we use a little search exploit. We'll search this. Oh crap! All right, cool deal. Now let's clear this out and search. And now we see there's one. We can go ahead and utilize that. We can use 0. And we can show options. And this is where I believe I took my notes. And we can set the payload. I believe the payload is already set. Right? Payload is already set. Yeah. So, and I'll also have the notes on another screen so I don't have to toggle. But let's just go ahead and fill in these. Let's go ahead and make this a little larger. All right. So first things first, let's set the R host. So let's set R host, and my R host is 10.10.10.15. Right? Yeah. Please show options. Make sure it's all good. And then we'll do the local host. TUN0. Okay. And show options, and I think that should be good. Let's just try to export this. See if what we get here. Cool deal. We got a session. Let's give this a second. Let's give this a sec. Wait till interpreter give us the prompt. All right, let's give that a go again. So access denied. So this is where it gets tricky. Now we have to do some maneuvering, and yeah. So let's just go ahead. I think I took the notes here. I should have just been able to see that. Let's see. All right, this is. Let's do this real quick. All right. Okay. Cool deal. Now this is gonna get fun. All right. Cool. All right. Let's do show. All right. Now, so let's see if we can just go ahead and do what I did before. see something if we can see this here. Okay. All right. I'm like showcasing this, right? And I haven't done this box, and I should have practiced this one before. But yeah, so now what we have to do is escalate out permissions. So we have to like migrate some processes and all that stuff. So now let's go ahead and just exit out of here. And now let's see, web for my notes. Yeah, so let's go ahead. I want to run this. So what we're going to do is look for local exploits. So let's just give this a go. See if this will give us some local exploits. Excuse me. And then we can merge the process from that. Well, once we get to that. Time is it? We're good on time. Yeah. All right. Come on. All right. So I found 4. All right. So now let's go ahead and just do get PID. I want to see what processes are running. So get PID. All right. So my current PID is. Let me actually write that down because I will end up forgetting. All right. It's going to be that. So now we can just do a PS for see what processes are running, and then we can merge this process into something that has, King Kong rights, right? So let's give that a go. So let's go ahead and migrate 3256. 3256. All right, so now let's go ahead. No, wait a minute. Let's migrate this to 3904. All right, cool deal. So now let's go ahead and do get sysinfo. Now we're able to see a little memory before we got that access denied. So now let's give this a go. So let's pop a shell now and see if we get any luck. I hope so. I don't make myself look like a fool. All right, copy this bad boy. Yeah, there's probably one more process. Let's go back here. And, oh man, I have to Google it. I'm Googling it. It's like KIP. If you guys know it in the chat, you can save time. But I know there's like a KIP trap or something. KIP trap. Yeah, this guy. Okay. Yeah, I remember. No, I don't know. At least I'm not ashamed of using Google because I don't do this every single day. So sometimes I have to use Google. So no judgment zone, right? At least for me. Hopefully you guys aren't judging. So let's go ahead and background this, right? And then now we're going to go ahead and use, and I believe it's yeah. So let's go ahead and just do this really quick. Copy this. Paste this bad boy here. All right. So now we're just going to go ahead and set payloads, and let's do show options here. In session, the background, so it's session 1, right? So let's go ahead and set session 1, and that's a session that we want to get into. And then set local host. Local host, and my local host is time 0. Okay, so I think that should be it. Make sure that's good in the hood. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so I think we should be good. So now let's go ahead and try to export this. All right, so now let's give this a go again. Let's do get PID, so we can see who's actually get UID. Let's get the user ID we're on. Now we are King Kong, right? Now we don't have that. We have full admin access to this box. So there's a few things we can do, right? We can do search, and then we can search for a specific file with a -f, and then I believe it's user.txt, right? And we can see where that is, and then we can just copy this, and then cat, since there's spaces and documenting settings, and there, and bada bing, bada boom, we have this flag for user. Oh, that was a okay. Now let's go ahead and get the next one. All right, so let's do the same thing pretty much. Since we are on the box that we already escalated the permission, so it's gonna go for root, and then it's probably gonna be in the administrator. Administrator, and that's flag numero dos. Okay, and thank God it went smoother than I thought. I was nervous about this one. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm not gonna lie. That one always gets me. All right. So, any questions about that box?
Doesn't look like there are any questions. You are burning through these boxes.
All right. Cool deal. So, do you guys want to do like a 2-minute break or a 5-minute break? Or how do you guys normally do it? Like, or just keep, because we'll probably be done. I would say, what time is it now? It's 1:45, or almost 10:02. So we could probably, I don't know, it's all up to you guys. If you guys have to use the loo, bathroom, or
Yeah, I think we could probably take like a 5-10 minute break.
and resume at 1.
Resume at 1. Yeah.
Okay, cool deal. Awesome. So, all right. So we'll do that, and then we'll get the last one going, and then we'll leave, 15, 20, probably the other one. I think it takes the same amount of time, about 15, 20 minutes for that box, and then we can open up for questions, or we can just chit chat and shoot the stuff.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Sweet.
We got the banner going. Okay.
Right,
We'll be back at 1 p.m.
Awesome, guys. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, we're going to come back from our break. Going to go ahead and pass it back to Pat. Keep going.
All right, cool deal. Thanks again. So let's see, we're on Grandpa. So I think Grandpa and Granny's, if I remember correctly, they're very very similar, and I just thought of that because I was just researching something, and I didn't realize how similar they were. So it's probably going to be like doing the same box again. So obviously, it's up to you guys. We can do another one, a different one, or we can just do that one. It's all up to you.
I think we should. Let's just keep with this one.
Cool deal.
I think there's a couple differences, but they're pretty much the same box.
Yeah, no sweat. Yeah, no sweat. So let's just keep going, like Chase said. So let me go back to my cherry tree and go to commands, and it's pretty much going to go ahead and do this. And Grandpa, it's Grandpa, right? Grandpa, and then my address is .14. All right. All right, let's bring this bad boy down. So pretty much the same thing. We got IIS 6.0, and we can take this IP, go out to the interweb, see if there's any cool stuff on it, but I don't think so. And it's going to be under construction just like the last one. So nada there, right? So there's not much going on, and we're running IIS 6.0, so pretty much we can do the same kind of process that we did before. IIS 6.0, and pretty much it's identical. And at least in the scanning enumeration phase, it's pretty much I want to be using the same exact exploit. So let's go ahead and copy this, and we can just. I believe I have a cool link that I can share too. Let me see if I can share this. And this is the exploit. You know what? That's no worries there. Let's just keep this going. I'll get off topic. All right. So once this is open, we can clear this, and we can just do the same exact thing. We can search, and we can paste this bad boy here, and we can utilize the same exploit, right? Let's do U0. Let's clear show options. So we can set the R host. So let's go ahead and set R host, and then send where is it? 14. Show options, and we can continue here. Just do the L host here. Obviously, we're not going to use that. We set L host ton 0. Right? I didn't realize how quick we were going to do these boxes. Maybe because I never did them so back to back to back. All right, so now let's just go ahead and just exploit and see what we. All right, oh, that was super quick. Let's just do sysinfo. We should see Granny. Isn't this Grandpa? Wait a minute. Did I? Hold on. .14 is Grandpa. Am I seeing something wrong? Or am I let's do something like this really quick. Interesting. Wonder why it's named Granny. This is a little weird. Alright, I'll just keep going. And let's see. Maybe I got a twister? I don't know. That's really strange. Alright, so we can just do, let's just run show real quick. I just want to see something. That's really strange. Alright, I'm just going to do the same process. If this, I'm a little stunned. What do you guys recommend? Because I've never seen this happen. You can see that it's running 10.10.10.14, and it's showing Granny here. What would you guys say?
It looks like when you went to open your interpreter shell, it pinged .15 instead of .14 up there.
Oh yeah, I see that too. All right, yeah, you're right. Appreciate that.
Yep.
That's why 4 hours are better than 2. I wonder why staging is like that. It's really strange though. Why that stage? You know what? Let's just exit this. Let's stop from the beginning real quick. Right, so let's just let's do this. Oh. Let's give this another go. Our host, 10.10.10.14.
Also, I don't know if you changed the listening port that you were on, because it might still be picking up from.
Oh yeah. You're right. I'll change that now. You have a point that. Yep. Cheers for that. So set port. All right, so now there's a few things different, right? We have 7777 versus 44. I appreciate that. Now let's try to go ahead and exploit this and see. All right, we have an interpreter. Just give us a second. All right, cool. Now let's do this info. All right, cool. The same kind of thing as before. We got no access, so we have to do that. I believe I still have it here. I have it on my other screen, but I believe I have it here. The suggestion. Yep, exactly. Cool. So let's just go ahead and run the suggestions to see if there's any local exploits. So now let's do system info. It's nothing still. All right, so now we're just going to pretty much go ahead and figure out the privilege escalation. All right, so now let's go ahead and do a quick Google search. Let's see something. I believe it's the. I wonder if I should just create a. Let me think about this. Thank God we All right, let's just do this really quick. Let's do. Alright, I want to see if this is going to work. Let's do real quick MSF Venom. No, this is going to be hopefully fine. But we're going to do. This is going to change. What is it? 10, 16, 14. Make sure everything looks good. Okay, well, execute. I'll just put so I can differentiate. So I can do. Right, so that looks all good. Okay. So I just want to see. All right, let's think about this for a sec. So let's just go ahead and just upload this guy, and let's see if I can CD to temp really quick. Okay, so let's do LS. There's nothing. It shouldn't be. Okay, so now let's go ahead and just upload from. So what I'm going to do is just do a PWD. So I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to upload, paste, and then it's going to be grandpa shell.exe. Okay. Now if we do an ls, now I should have this guy here. All right, cool deal. So now let's go back. I'm just going to leave that hanging out up there. Let's just go ahead and just run console real quick. Alright, so let's clear this really quick. And then, what is it? Okay. Alright, I'll host this set. I'll host tunnel. And then set ports. And I think I put 4321. Alright, then that should be host. It's good. And let's see exploits. Let's go ahead. It's all there. I'm trying to think about this process for a second. Alright. See if we can do something real quick. I have to execute this. Execute -f. Sure. I can make it. Before I do one, I can't remember. Should have wrote it down. Now, let's see something. Just go ahead and I guess we'll have to do the background. let's do this. I need to change my back. This one, it's been a while since I've done this box. Let's do search again. What is this thing? Let's see. Alright, so this is open here. Alright, so I'm just probably going to do the migration. Whoops. Let's just do migrate to 0. Okay, let's just do that. See if this works. Okay, so now what am I? What you do? All right. So now we can just do. Let's just exit out of here. Let's just bring this down. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and CD to Harry. Access denied. Maybe. Alright. It's interesting. Alright, so let's do this. So let's just background. Let's background this. Alright, so now let's go ahead and just use that. Head it up, right? Head it over here. Yeah, let's just use this kit trip. Alright. So where's my session now? Session 1. I'm gonna move this down. Sorry, guys. Yeah, session 1. Okay, so session 1 process localhost is set. Host times 0, and then 4444 should be okay. And now let's go ahead and export this. See if this thing. And being put on the spot is no joke, huh? Alright, so let's go ahead and show. Now, you know what? Let's just do. No, I just did the wrong way. Just so. So we can kill a few more seconds. Hopefully this works, so we'll be killing more. Please God. Oh God. Alright, so DIR. So we can go ahead and see desktop. This one was a little different. Alright, so let's cat user.txt. Oh my God, I was saying before about typing cat. Cool deal. So let's go flags, grandpa. That's the user flag. And now roots. Let's go back to that guy. And let's do cd.that, cd. All right, so let's do cd inside administrator. cd desktop. dir. Type root.txt. And finito. Holy moly, this one was that was a fun one, huh? All right, cool deal. So now we finished. I felt a little pressure there for a second, but we got through it.
Awesome. I think you just broke the record for most boxes done within an hour and a half.
Man, this one, I guess when I'm like doing it by myself and I have more time to like think and process the processes, it's like, man, like being putting on the pressure. Oh man, this is no joke. I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we got through
it. We usually pre-record and then just walk through everything. That way we don't have issues with like the boxes shutting down and all the other nonsense that comes with it. Like we've had a few meetups where it just went terribly because we were trying to do it live. So you did really well, man. Really well.
Yeah. And I just, for anyone who's watching, never be ashamed to use Google. I use Google every single day.
Yeah, no, same. And this is what I try to convey to like the student, like I said, like the students I teach, like I'm not against Google, right? Like I use, like you said, I use Google every single day, and like I'm not ashamed of it. I don't do this every single day, so I'm not like doing CTFs every single day. So sometimes I do get stumped, and just like I just did, right? I put cat user instead of type, so like it's a human.
I do it all the time. Like I'm like, oh wait, on Windows box, or like I swear it's like if you're on one box, you do the other, versus like when you're on the right one, you don't ever do the right one. So I'm like, wait, which box am I on?
Yeah, exactly. Cool. And this was awesome. I
really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No, thank you.
If there's any questions for Pat or comments, just leave them in the comments here. He's also in our Discord under InfoSec Pat if you want to message him in there. The boxes on this lab, I think we'll keep them up probably another couple hours at least, and then
probably until 3.
3.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then at 3, everyone will be removed. So if you need to do these 4 boxes, get them done. Other than that, it was great having you.
Likewise.
Yeah.
No, I really appreciate it, guys. And until next time, man. Hopefully we can link up outside of here, and maybe we can do some cool boxes together and learn from each other.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming, and thank you, Patrick. Make sure you check out his YouTube too.
I appreciate you guys. You take care now. Be good. Be safe. Cheers.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.